I think one common thing that we've all discussed there, a common factor, that is vector control. Vector control is very important. If you think of elimination, the first area your mind will go to, how do we reduce the population of the vectors? And it's a known vectors. Like has been said also, we have the, let me say, the most effective vector in Nigeria, which is Anopheles gambiae SL. And this is the one that transmits most of the parasites, and they are sharp biters. Let me say sharp shooters.
Indeed, when
they
you are
and
you
take
hit your
their
ears like that.
But the challenge, like Professor Issa said also, is the use of these measures, human behaviors. Several millions of nets have been distributed in this country. But our assessment, 2023, shows that of all the nets that we have, about 36%, 34 to 36% of the population are actually those who sleep under the net. Not only that, let's come back to FCT.
Do you sleep under the net?
Okay, I'm going to explain again. When you deploy...
But do you sleep under the net?
I will explain, and it will give us a better perspective. Now, net is not the only vector control measure. When you are thinking of the populace, what can be afforded, what can be used, sustained, we talk of net. There are some of us here, and if I ask you the same question, your answer will be no. And the reason is because you can afford other measures. You can buy insecticide. Your windows are netted. With all these measures, if you have it, why will you want to add insecticide? Treated net in a house that you know is already well protected? You flit your house, you use your AC.
The windows have nets.
The windows are not even open because the ACs are working all the time. So, but when you now go outside, because when you come to the urban area, malaria in the urban area is actually, we describe it as meso-endemic. That means it is very low. But where we have the challenges, when you are talking about holo-endemicity of malaria, is when you move to the rural areas. These people, they don't have lights, they live in huts, the doors are open, they have all the things that can, that can breed mosquitoes around them. And in such a situation, they sleep. And the emphasis also for the use of nets is more to pregnant women and children that are less than 5 years, because these are the vulnerable population. You may have malaria and still be able to manipulate, go around, do your basic things. But these people don't have enough things to protect them against the disease. A child who is less than 5 years is most likely to die as a result of malaria rather than an adult. In fact, we joke with it. I have malaria, but I can't miss this party. And it's true. That is what we do all the time. And like I wanted to talk about the FCT. The last time net was distributed in FCT was over 8 years ago. Yes. So if you see this long, and the people in the rural area, they depend on the government sometimes because most of them cannot afford it. The average cost of a net unsubsidized is about $4.
And you can't rely on the ones being hawked,
Yes, so these are the things, these are the measures that we felt sometimes state government. Then another outside the net, we can also talk about the individual community efforts. Professor Dr. Abuja talked about it. What are they doing in the environment to protect themselves? Simple measure. You mentioned it, and this is, if you have a stagnant water around you, pour oil. The larva that develops a mosquito,
just very simple as that.
As simple as that.
Please, can you repeat?
What kind of oil?
Any oil.
Engine oil. Even red oil.
Red, in fact, if it's your well, because you see some well, because they don't close them well,
yes, they
begin to breed. You see, open the well in the morning, and you see mosquitoes coming out. Put groundnut oil. Groundnut oil will not kill anybody. And the groundnut oil you are poured on that oil, sorry, on that water, we form a silk on top of that water. And because the larvae breathe air, though they're inside water, but they still come out to breathe. It's like you are suffocating them. and they will die. As simple as that.
How much oil now?
You see, the oil,
Just any.
scientifically, oil does not like lying on top of each other. You know, they form,
spread.
they spread. So once we pour some oil, it spreads like a silk, like you are covering it with a leather, and suffocate them. So if it's water you are not using like gutter, you can use your engine oil. Pour it there, and it will kill all this lava. Because as long as we keep on breathing mosquitoes in our neighborhood, to fight malaria will be in the defensive rather than being offensive to these vectors.
Okay, we are